So this is our measurements we are using for this trouser. So let's get straight into why we are here. Length. Length is 38 plus 2 inches. 40. That's our length. So we have using our hips divided by 4 is 35. 35. So your hips, you are dividing your hips divided by 20 to get our crotch. That's how we get our crotch curve. So we have hips is 35 divided by 20, 1.75. This is 1.5, 1.75. So this is what, from here, place your table here and your mark. Can you see? So now you measure your hip line. That is where your hip is supposed to be, and I'm using 7. I normally use 7 for my hip line. So you get your hip line, draw a line to run across that. Now on your hip line, you come out by half inch. half inch. So come out by half inch. Then you take your curve, and then you place your curve in a way that it's going to connect. Your curve is going to connect this place, connect to the half inch that we came out by, and connect to the end of this point. So your curve must connect the 3 lines. Your curve has to connect these 3 lines. Your curve must connect this point, the half inch that we come out by, and this one. This is like the most important part of this class. Please pay attention. Your curve, the 3 lines you are connecting is here, here, and here. So you draw out the curve. If you get this, then you are going to have a perfect trouser, a very perfect trouser. So you can just outline it. That is how you get your crotch. Now, moving to the other part of the trouser, we measure whatever we have here. Now this is 10.75. 10.75. We have just this one stroke, and before we get to 11, that's so we get the center of this. I'm just going to divide it on the tape rule, the center of it. So this is what we have. Now you go from, you get the center on this line. Now we have the knee line. You can get your knee line on the person you measure. That's from the waist to the knee. And if the measurement you're using is for someone that is not very tall, like someone that is 5'4", 5'1", you can use 20, you can use 22. So here I'm using 20 for my knee line. Is it clear? Okay. So I'm using 20. From there you draw your straight line. After getting that straight line, remember the center we got here, you're going to measure it here too. And then on your ankle line, come close. On your ankle line also, you have the same measurements like this. So you connect this straight line, connect this straight line all the way to the end of your trouser. Connect it here too. Now, depending on how you want the mouth of your pants to be, if you want something that is very tiny, then you can work with the measurement of your ankle. Yes, that's the ankle, yes. But if you want a palazzo pants, you can just cut it straight like this. The measurement that you have from your hips, from this crotch line, is enough for you to just cut it straight down. But if you want it to have a little bit of shape, then you can measure around the knee, because this trouser I want it to be like a palazzo, so I'm not going to be shaping it, but I'm going to be showing you how to do that. So from here, you're going to measure around the knee of that person, and you divide it by 4. So let's assume that the person's the round knee of that person is like 16. You divide it by 4, so you have 4 here. So you measure 4 from this side and you measure 4 from the other side. That's from the center of the line. Measure 4 4 and then you let's have okay, let me do that. So this is 4 and this is 4. Now here too you measure the ankle. The reason why I'm measuring it from like I'm measuring like 2 inches away from the tip, from the hem of the fabric, is because I already added my folding allowance, and I don't, if you shape it with the folding, it's going to make the hem of your trouser is going to like make it scrunched up when you eventually have to press it with the machine. So I just do it 2 inches so that I have the same measurement, and when I'm folding it, it's going to be very straight and neat. So here, let's assume we also have like 7, like that's 14 divided by 4. We have 3.5. You can measure 3.5 here, and from the center, you measure 3.5 to this side. Then you connect the line with your straight line here first. That's straight. Then here too. So whatever I have here is what is going to get to the tip of the trouser. So I'm just bringing my straight line down like this. This one too. It's coming down like this. Straight. So here, from the knee to the crotch here, you're going to use something like a curve to get it, because it's not straight. So you can use this curved part of your curve and just get something like this. That is when you are shaping your trouser. Just curve it out like this, and you do the same thing here too. Just a little bit of curve here actually, because it's hips. In fact, I actually prefer to do it like this. So it's coming down, then we're joining it here. So there we have it. You can now go ahead and cut out our trouser for the front part of the trouser actually. Don't forget that I'm making palazzo pants, so my cutting will be a little bit different from what I have here, but this is a perfect pant. If you're cutting something that you want to be shaped, you can just go ahead and do it like that.